Hello YouTube, I'm PCJ Law and welcome back to episode 4 of our Brazil tourism attempt. In the last episode we kind of over-explained a bit about how we go about doing tourism, and then we worked our way into really trying to start generating reasonable amounts of tourism. We're up to 64 per turn right now, although we are in a golden age, which must mean we're doing a Brazilian carnival, so we're actually only up to 32. One of the things we did last episode was we started trying to get our writer slots into the Oxford University, and I've just checked and I do believe we now actually have the Great Works available to get that Oxford University bonus. So we need to swap out our own modern here, and now we have our +2 theming bonus for the Library of World Literature in Oxford University, which is quite cool. So I think we're probably at the maximum. I mean, what do we have that's generating tourism right now? We've got the Eiffel Tower, right? Yeah, we do have the Eiffel Tower, which is 12 tourism. And then in our culture, we are generating 52, 56. Oh, I see. So is this doubled? Yeah, 100% bonus since Carnival's underway. So we're generating 26 here. Plus, what's that, 2? Yeah, it's 28. And then plus another 6, which is 34 right now. So that's not bad. We're not doing bad at all. We just need to get our head back in the game, finish off these dig sites, choose our archaeology. We'll have a Brazilian artifact here. And we'll have ourselves hopefully that's a Brazilian artifact here as well, a Portuguese artifact. Interesting. So we've had ourselves a couple of artifacts, and we can drop these into our museums. Now for the museum theming bonus, we need to make sure both great works are of the same type, both from the same era, and either both from the city civilization or from civilizations other than the city owner. So we've got a Brazilian medieval era and a Portuguese ancient. So that doesn't work right now. That gives us no theming bonuses. But we can try and swap some stuff over. So we need both from the same era and either both from the city civilization or both from civilizations other than the city owner. We've got practically no chance of getting another Brazilian artifact, right? There are only 2 antiquity sites in our land. So what we need is to swap for civilizations other than the city owner. We already own now our... What do we own? We own our Portuguese ancient. So we should try and get this Cahokian ancient era. We'll swap that for our Brazilian medieval. And now that gives us the +2 theming bonus. Excellent. That's great. We now need to try and get a couple more theming bonuses if we can. But that's going to require us to find some more dig sites that we haven't currently yet found. Anyway, I think we're also trying to progress our way towards quite a late labs. But we did take quite a big detour to try and go get these hotels up sooner, and then we'll progress our way towards labs and Statue of Liberty. It looks like it's going to be a really quite late research labs right now, but hopefully that won't matter too much because we're on a tourism attempt. We just need to get to the internet. We don't have to worry about stealth bombers, spaceship parts, etc. So we can afford to be a little bit slow. We don't want to be too slow because that means less time. That'll mean less time with the internet, but we do want to be at least at a reasonable pace. We generated this musician even though we didn't want to. It's kind of unfortunate. Are we still in... What era are we in now? We're still in the modern era. And we've also got 2 other modern... Yeah, we've got 2 other modern pieces of music. But let's make another one. I mean, it's tourism for us. So we'll happily take it. And we'll see if we can find any more archaeological dig sites anywhere. We finally birthed a scientist. Let's save that. And we've got an artist. We need to save that as well for our Brazilian carnival bonus. Take this offshore platform, which is going to be a nice big boost to production in this city, which sorely, it really desperately needed it. And then we can... Oh, what's this? The scientist. See if we can spot any more dig sites anywhere. We're a bit late to archaeology, so there may not be any for us to get, but, if there are, we'd like to grab some. We should get these horses so that we can stay further friends with Biblos. We can take 1 horse off the AI for 1 gold per turn. And that'll get us this city-state quest. Cahokia wants a road. We could actually build Cahokia this road. What else does it want? It only needs 44, so if we build the road, we might actually become the allies. And we have a spy in Cahokia as well. So why don't we take one of these workers that's not really doing anything? We've got 2 that aren't doing anything, in fact. And send them both to go build that road to Cahokia. We're going to finish a broadcast tower in Rio de Janeiro next turn. And that's going to give us an awful lot more culture to play with and help take us down towards... Probably we want to go towards... media culture in Freedom First, which is 34% tourism generated by cities with a broadcast tower, because we've got broadcast towers. And then we can move towards finishing rationalism, or perhaps finishing aesthetics after that. How long until our next great writer? Because we can take that free, great rotor, great. We can take that free great artist from aesthetics, but if we do that, then that actually sets back our artist counter, and it might prevent us from being able to get another artist by the end of the game. Keep selling coal for sure. Where did we get so much from? There, we got 7. Okay. Finally got steel and gunpowder with our research agreement. Nice. So we're up to metallurgy. Those research agreements will help stop our science being in such a bad spot. It is pretty terrible right now. I wonder whether or not William has... Oh, there's a worker here as well. Didn't even see that. We can move this one out, and then this one, I guess, can come and wait, and we'll shuffle everything over. Sleep all of these. Get some more oil online. Yep, there's still a dig site available there, so hopefully we can find one more. And then that'll allow us to get one more museum fully staffed. Fully stocked. We're working food here, but that's because that's literally the only thing we can do. I think we're working almost every specialist available to us. The Musicians Guild we can't really work right now because we don't want to accidentally generate a great musician before we're ready. We could work the merchant slots. We're actually accidentally going to generate a merchant in 16 turns if we're not careful. Scientist here in 12. The scientist here in 23. We'll need research labs to make sure that we don't accidentally generate those merchants, but can carry on working the merchant specialist slots. We can go for hotels now we've got them. We'll build all hotels everywhere so that we can get to National Visitor Centre as soon as we can. We don't really need broadcast towers in cities that aren't working guilds. We are generating actually a reasonable amount of culture in some cities, but not too much. We should probably just make sure we can get National Visitor Centre online as soon as possible. There's actually already a road there that Greece built, so we can piggyback off that. Yeah, no more dig sites for Portugal. That's to be expected, really. Let's try and get through the Netherlands lands. I believe we've already opened borders, so we can just go straight in. See if they've got any archaeological dig sites available. Probably not, but you never know. We can start this dig site. Spices and gold per turn with William ended. I think we were paying for these, and we're going to need the happiness again, so why not get them back? Got 2 artists saved up so far. That's 2 carnivals that we can take once we've got freedom. We would like to at least get, ideally, 4 carnivals is what we want. And carnivals, again, the Brazilian ability that doubles tourism during a golden age. So ideally, we'd have 4 of them if we can, which is going to require us to generate 1 more artist. That's in 15 turns. So maybe we generate that artist in 15 turns, and then we take the aesthetics finisher for artistic genius, and that'll give us that 4th artist. We'll go through there. Okay. Well, we'll start swimming. We might have to swim these archaeologists anyway. We can go road, 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 and that's going to connect. Actually, we don't even need this road here because there's a road right there from Greece. So we can stop that, then bring maybe these workers back. Not that they've got a lot to do right now. How close are we now? Only 22 away from Kokia, so we'll get their alliance. Kiev, we're only 40 away. We're actually winning the culture quest. That doesn't seem realistic. Perhaps that's just because we finished our turn first and no one else has. But it could be possible. I mean, we are doing tourism after all. And we should probably try and take this research agreement from Portugal one last time. That will definitely be necessary before the end of the game. Let's check. See how our tourism growth is doing. Or culture growth even. So we are actually winning that culture quest with Kiev, which is quite nice. It's not something that you rarely ever do on Deity unless you're going for a tourism attempt. So hey, at least that's something we're getting now. Why can't we get out of here? It's probably because we can't see any of the tiles we want to move to. I don't think William's got any more archaeological dig sites that he's not using. We're back down to 55 tourism now, which isn't bad at all, actually. And now we need to take something like this. Culture from Great Works would be nice, but we really don't need it. We don't need that culture. Rigging city-state elections don't need it. Mints, banks, and stock exchange happens. Probably just national wonder happiness. We'll be building a load of those. Make sure we stay happy. Sao Paulo grew, and it grew to a tile. Nice. So we can use this, one of these spare workers, to go improve that mine as well for the city, which does desperately need it. I think we need to improve anything else. No point getting a mine on the snow. Hotel done. Oh, that's why our tourism's up to 55 now. We also have our broadcast tower. We should build something else that's useful in here. East India Company's gold. Windmill is production. Seaport is a lot of production. So I think we take a seaport next. Don't really need any units. But we could definitely use that production. We're going to get statue though in one turn anyway. And then do we push for National Visitor Centre next? I mean, it's right... I mean, Sydney is right here. Where's the Visitor Centre? It's right there. And that's right on the way to internet, right? So we can push to the internet really, really fast as soon as we finish our research labs. And that might actually work in our favour. Okay, so we completed this quest now. So now we need to delete our roads. Sorry, city-state. We've already reneged on our agreement. Let's leave this one, though, just in case we need to do anything about Greece. That road would be quite beneficial. Still growing. In Rio, we grew. Man, we didn't really manage this properly. Don't really want to work the stock exchange until we've got a lab. In Salvador, did we grow as well? We did. We want to take this tile, though. It's going to be 10 tons until we grow, so let's just give the mine up to the capital. At least until this oil is online, and then we can maybe work the oil instead. Salvador is done with its hotel. We need to get it a broadcast tower so that we can take that freedom bonus. And then in here, we're going hotel into broadcast tower. We finished replaceable parts, so we can now look for plastics. And we can probably just engineer the Statue of Liberty straight out right now. Choose archaeology. Brazilian artifact. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't really expect to get another Brazilian artifact. Kind of interesting. We might be able to trade back for our old artifact later. Wonder where that settler's going. Porcelain collected for Bratislava. Nice. And we got statue as well. That's really good. So we can take a second level policy. What do we want to take? Don't need this happiness. New deal. We barely planted a great person. So it's probably either volunteer army for 6 immediate infantry, or it's Arsenal of Democracy for city-state gifting. I'm feeling 6 immediate infantry, just in case we get declared war on. Those are going to be incredibly helpful. And then we can upgrade those to infantry as well once we get the lab tech. We can just pause all of those. And so we've got a nice standing army now. That's going to make sure that we're not short on army score for the rest of the game, which is what we like to see. Need to make sure that the AI can't... Oh, hey. Got a jungle here now. Nice. Need to make sure that the AI doesn't see us as weak. If the AI were to see us as weak, they might choose to declare war on us. But where our army score is going to get bigger, and that's going to mean that they're not going to be quite so likely. Here comes the seaport for maximal production. Yes, let's keep selling the horses. Then Danish order. We might actually be able to wield our influence over Denmark and get them to switch. Brazilwood camp, yes. Are we finally getting a Brazilwood camp on this playthrough? Nice, 4. 4 production is more than that mine over there right now, so let's swap that back over. We can get this oil online in case we need it. I don't know what's going on here with Brussels. We could do with allying it, otherwise it's going to die. Cape Town, hello. How do we ally Brussels? Oh, we can't. We are friends with them, though. 150 influence needed. Sounds like they're going to die, unfortunately. This one's only 42 in Kiev, and we're much more in range of taking that. This city, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 extra production from the seaport. That's brilliant. We can take the East India Company now for extra gold per turn. Finishing broadcast towers soon. Nice. And we're ready for the National Visitor Centre. We're actually ready for labs. We don't have any gold to buy a lab, otherwise we might have considered bulbing a scientist for it. Apparently Russia likes us now. How's that happened? Friends? No. Open borders, though. Yes. Okay, that's good. We got open borders with Russia, which is quite big. We can trade away our oil as well for this cotton. Because I think Russia was Russia was the leading tourism civ, right? Yeah, the Russia and the Netherlands were 2 that we needed to get over. The Netherlands we're not worried about because we share a religion, and hopefully we're going to share an ideology. We've got open borders anyway. Whereas Russia, we've got differing ideologies, so there's a penalty there. So that open borders was really, really important for us. Our broadcast tower now done. We could probably use a stock exchange for the gold. A seaport doesn't seem too useful here. So let's take that for the gold. And then in the capital, we're now done with East India. That's given us more gold. We could finish a windmill. We're going to need to build some buildings. You can't really see too many archaeological dig sites going around up there. World ideology autocracy sounds like it needs to be node. So let's just know that. Greece already hates us anyway. Harlem, okay. Classic deity settle there. Right next to our regional luxury as well. That would be unfortunate. Sao Paulo is going to grow, and we've got nowhere for it to grow to at all. In fact, we do. We could do that. Should have been doing that sooner. What other quests do we have for city-states? Trade routes mostly. One wants us to acquire aluminium, but we don't really need Ragusa on side. Although if we win their quest, we might actually get quite a good amount of food from them. Yeah, good, that failed. Nice. Greece might have just annoyed everyone in the world there with that proposal. We take this tile. 2 turns until labs, turn 157, so it's a little bit slow, but I think we're just having to deal with it. There's not a lot we could have done to make it faster. See if we can find that dig site anywhere at all in the world. Okay, the capital. If we want to go maximum production, we might need it. We might want a hospital. While we've got the time, we might as well build it. Here is definitely a bank. Seaport's not very useful. I mean, it kind of is useful. It's a couple of extra production in gold, but we're not going to be building naval units. It's like 2 base production. Might as well go for the bank for some gold. We're about to get our second scientist. Okay. I mean, Greece is annoying everyone. We've actually claimed this road that Greece built to the city-state as well, so we're going to need to remember to delete that. Save ourselves 1 gold per turn at least. See if we can find any more dig sites. If Greece has any, they're not going to give them to us, but maybe there's one in the ice somewhere. We can trade our copper back for citrus. This mine is done. We are indeed working it. Can't grow in 1 here, but we are going to finish the hospital. Okay. Here, Denmark apparently doesn't like us now. They're at a different ideology. They're probably going to start suffering from ideological pressure soon, though, right? Yeah, we're familiar over Denmark now already. We're still not rising with anyone, but that's to be expected. Denmark is -5 dissidents, but they're apparently... they're very happy, which is classic for Deity. Oh, and we can now finally take media culture. So we're going to go up from 65 to 86. Nice. That is more tourism per turn over the Deity AI, which is really going to help us, and we can get rid of this road. I guess put a pointless farm down there. See if we can find anything up in the snow to dig out. 4-turn lab, 5-turn lab, and we need to go lab here as well. The gold's not important to us, so let's just build the lab straight away. And the next thing we need to do now is find our next tourism building. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 techs to the internet, right? Oh no, we need flight as well. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 techs to the internet. And the only other thing we could possibly want is airports, right? I think we're looking at everything else. Yeah, airports down here give us tourism as well. But we can deviate for airports after we've got the internet. It can be the last thing we do, I think. How long until this artist that we're looking for? 9 turns. Okay, so we need 9 turns before we finish aesthetics. We're going to grow to another bad tile here again as well. We can maybe work a windmill slot. Maria has declared war on William. That's not good for our friendships. What if Russia will try and friend us soon? It'd be nice to get another research agreement. We also need some more of those trade routes. It would be nice to get railroad for that. I don't think we need it right now. Yeah, so Rio grew. 13 turns for the engineer. So this is pretty bad. We can't go for the engineer. We also have to not go for the merchant. Instead, we've grown here. We should work this production instead. Salvador's going to need it in 3 turns, though, and this city does desperately need it. You can actually work a merchant slot instead. I mean, we've got the Statue of Liberty, so we should probably actually just do it now. Why not? We should make sure we're working absolutely every specialist now that we've got a statue. I mean, we are already in here, so this is fine. We are in here now, so that's fine. And we're not in the capital, but we are delaying the guilds so that we can spam out as many musicians as possible once we're at maximum tourism. Yep, keep that deal going. Another scientist available. We're stacking a little bit of gold now. That's good. 5 turns to finish labs. So that'll be turn 165 we finish the labs. So late, unfortunately. But not a lot we can do. And then that's turn 171 that we can really bulb everything. Another scientist. I mean, I say bulb everything like we've got anything to bulb. We've got like, 2 scientists. Maybe we'll get a few more after labs though, because labs will help accelerate our great person point accumulation. We're going to grow here and we have nothing for it to grow to. Something like that, but this city is way too big. We need to stop feeding Sao Paulo. We're already sending it. We're sending it 2 food trade routes. So we need to turn those into production ASAP. We actually also need to get some caravans to send to Russia and the Netherlands. Let's have a look again, influenced by player. So yes, Russia and the Netherlands are probably going to be our biggest problems in terms of culture. But their culture's not too bad. Once we get to endgame culture, we should be okay. Here's a writer. We can save the writer for later. We'll bulb the writer when we need the culture for something good. But we don't need the culture for anything quite yet because we don't want to finish aesthetics. Sao Paulo's borders actually apparently grew to this citrus. Nice. We've been wanting more of our regional luxury for a long, long time. We could bulb the writer actually next turn and use it to make our way to free thought in rationalism, because that's going to boost our great scientist generation. 4 turns until a natural golden age. That's brilliant. We're going to get 1 more natural golden age, which is going to be really impactful because it means we save an artist basically, and we are Brazil. So even more carnival. So that is a lab built. We need to work the lab slot immediately. So something like this looks good. And then how does this all time out? So 23 versus 9. So we have to give up working a bank now. It's 23 versus 15. Do something like that for gold. Really bad tile though. And here we do need to probably just go work maximum production now. So like that, and no more growth. Are we actually sending a food cargo ship here to Salvador? We are sending 11 food. Can it be done to get us all that food? Yeah, so this is the 11 food. So when the cargo ship ends, we can do that. But right now we need to work the mines. And we are going to build our scientist before the engineer there. Scientist late here, we're going to have to do some delaying if we need it. And scientist, we're never getting another scientist from this city. But that's okay. And we can just bulb this. Take us to humanism to get more scientists faster. Maybe that changes the maths. 19 now, so we can make it work now in this city whenever we need to. 43 still never happening, but 14 this one's happening. So we can probably get 1 from Salvador, and we might squeeze 1 from the capital. But otherwise, I think we're living and dying by... Is it the 2 scientists that we have? Yeah, we're probably living and dying by the 3 scientists that we're eventually going to get. And we can upgrade all these foreign legions to infanteries to make ourselves look more powerful. Or Prashinas even. The Brazilian unit that gives us golden age points for killing enemies. Which we're unfortunately not using. Should we build some great war bombers or something? Some military to stop the AI from warring us? I mean, it might be useful to get a handful of bombers. Cristo would reduce social policy. Cristo is actually +8 culture. So we're going to build it because I'm pretty sure there's a policy somewhere that gives us tourism for culture generated from world wonders. So let's try and build Cristo. That could actually be quite a reasonable amount of tourism for us. Given that we've lost out on quite a few wonders, we are short on base tourism. So the Cristo tourism would be very, very helpful. Cool. Greece has denounced Russia. Okay. Greece is the most powerful by score now. Oh, they apparently are starting to slaughter William. Hey, if they slaughter William, that's going to stop their culture from being a problem for us. Which, it's great for us, because they're one of the big AIs that we need to get through. It's unfortunate that if they're the one being... I'd rather the AI that gets killed is the one that doesn't have open borders with us. because to use Great Musician's concert tour ability, we actually need to have open borders with the AI that we want to use it on. Otherwise, it will lose effectiveness because we'll have to use it into an AI that we're at war with. Because you have to be inside an AI's borders to do Musician Concert Tour. A Musician Concert Tour is basically the tourism version of like a Great Scientist. What can we go for here? Stock exchange for gold first, and then maybe seaport if we get time. But there'll be buildings we need to build. We need to work the scientist. We're done growing here, so we'll give up food for now, and then we'll give the food back eventually when those cargo ships finish. How's our army score? 140k, that's not bad. That's going to make us look a lot less killable to the AI, which is what we all want to see. Got a lot of rubbish units in here. But natural golden age in 3 turns, which I'm pretty excited about, because that's going to mean that we can probably just golden age to the end of the game now as Brazil. This artist in 4, these 2 artists, and then the 1 remaining artist. We're currently in freedom. And freedom gives us universal suffrage, 50% longer golden ages, which means that our golden ages are 9 turns for each artist, and then they're even longer for the naturally generated golden ages. So this naturally generated golden age might be like 12 turns or something. I mean, it's 9 normally, so it's like 12 or 13 turns. And then we'll get 9, 9, 9 from this, and then 9 from the aesthetics finisher. So that will be, what's that, 18? That'll be like 36. Yeah, we're going to get like 50 turns of golden age nearly. So we can definitely golden age until the end of the game with what we've got left. And we need to not generate this merchant. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do here apart from just making sure to production focus trick. Unit needs orders. Oh, this worker is kind of fine doing what it's doing. Lab done. So we now need to work the lab slot. And we are going to generate the scientist in 31, so still not happening. But we need to make sure not to generate this engineer in 17. I don't think we will, because generating other great people is going to push the timer back. In here, everything, scientist in 9. And in here, we've got everything we need to watch for the merchant in 13. And we're working everything we can. It's when we get max tourism is when we want to be working musicians, so not quite now. Very well. Russia's denouncing us again. We've got open borders for another 16 turns, though, and that's going to be important. 165, we finished lab, so we're looking for 171 to bowl. We've only got 700 science. That's really bad, and it's a good job we're doing tourism, really, on this victory run, because we probably need the production on this run, because if we were doing science, 700 is not enough. Even though we've got 81 population as 3-city Brazil, there's only 700 science in the whole empire, which is pretty bad. It's because we've got no jungle. Jungle's actually no jungle, no observatories. Both of those buildings are usually pretty big in terms of getting you towards a good science number. We also don't actually have free thought either, so that makes a difference. We did bulb the writer. Take a hospital next. And we don't need a hospital in this city though at all. It might help us work some extra specialists maybe. We can build it because we've got nothing else. Embassies again. Russia cannot make her mind up. Really excited for this golden age. That will probably ensure, all these golden ages will probably ensure that we get, they might ensure that we get more great scientists. I don't quite know. So this was going to Salvador. So now Salvador needs the food. We have to do this. And then we have to unwork a slot somewhere. I mean, we're never going to generate the engineer. We need the production. We need 3 food to be found from somewhere, though, like that. And then what else do we need? We're at -2. We're at -2 starve now, but that's a 41 turn starve. This game is hopefully going to be done in 41 turns. And if it just so happens to be the problem, so yeah, 12 turn golden age from the natural. If it just happens to be a problem that starve, what we'll do is we'll build a hospital. I think. And this was Sao Paulo food. This wants to be Sao Paulo production. And then the next ones that end, we need to turn into trade routes. So that we can start getting that. There's a modifier to tourism. Where is it? We need to turn the rest into trade routes because plus 40% bonus for trade route between civs. So we need to get that trade route bonus to Russia. Yes. And we need to get the bonus to probably Greece as well. Yeah, and we actually need to get a diplomat in because a diplomat is apparently a bonus as well. So where are we? So we're like 2 behind Greece and Cahokia, and we are 20 behind the Netherlands and Kiev. But if I'm honest, we don't need either. Probably just want to go... Yeah, because, I mean, look, we've already got more than enough happiness, so we don't need either, and we're certainly not going to be short on culture. So the Cahokia can go and be a diplomat in Russia, is it? Russia's capital, wherever that is. Moscow. Diplomat. And then the one in... Is it Bratislava? That we need to... No, it's Kiev. We've got Bratislava, and we need to keep Bratislava. So the Kiev one can go to Greece's capital of Athens as a diplomat. And then those are the 2 AIs that we're struggling the most with, because we're already rising over the Netherlands now. So it's Russia and Greece that we need to overtake. Portugal we'll just get at some point. So it's definitely these 2. So that's what we need to worry about. And we're up to 151 tourism per turn right now, thanks to our carnival. We can actually work some stock exchange slots here. Let's see if we can do that without spawning a merchant. 21 turn merchant, so no, we're not going to do that. And that's happy because we can grow this one more time and then be done in Sao Paulo. Any new buildings available? No. Okay, carry on. Yes, sell our oil away. It's turn 167. We're looking for 171 to do our bulbing. We've only got... I say bulbing like we've got many scientists. We've got like 2. But hey, 2 is still a number, right? And now we can go for infinite carnival. So up to 20 turns, 29 turns, and then 38 turns. So 38 turn golden age is more than enough. And now who do we need to establish trade routes with? So we're rising over the Netherlands. So we need the trade route with Russia, and we need the trade route with Greece, which means we need to delete one. We need to delete one of these and turn it into a land trade route because we can't connect to anyone by sea, right? Apparently not. Can we do any... Let's have a look at trade routes available. And by the amount of gold that we receive. So we can actually get to... We're looking for Russia and Greece. We can reach Athens from Sao Paulo with a caravan. And Knossos with a caravan. So it doesn't look like any cargoes are available. So we need to delete this. And then we need to replace with a caravan anywhere we've got production time. This hospital can be delayed, so let's turn it into a caravan here. Our research agreement with William ended. We could do another one, but William's only at 78 population across 6 cities, so his science is going to be terrible. I don't know that the game's going to last long enough for William's research agreement to be impactful, but we should sign it. Oh, William doesn't have enough gold. We should sign it next turn just in case it does become impactful. .2 food needed for... We don't need this to grow any faster. Keep selling stuff. Oh, apparently we're selling oil to Denmark, but that's over now. Apparently we can sell iron back to Portugal. So why not? We'll take 4 for 148 gold. We can get marble from William as well, but marble isn't desired by anything that we know. So there's no need to buy that because happiness now doesn't matter to us. And we need this trade route to be to Greece. So we can go for highest gold, Athens, 12 gold per turn. That's fine. I'm not the most worried about losing out on the very meager gold per turn that it would take to send it from the capital. We're just doing it for... Yep, cool. Pre-thought. We're just doing this trade route for the bonus right now. So with Greece, yeah, we now have 146% bonus. So we just need the diplomat propaganda. And then with Russia, we need the diplomat propaganda and the trade route. That'll be the next one that comes through. Seaport now done here. Kind of don't need anything really. We can build a hospital. That'll let us work more production. Apparently spices available over here. Are we buying spices? We don't need to keep buying luxuries though, for sure. We've got more than enough happiness. 29. And that's only with one city, well, 2 city-state allies actually. Didn't realise we caught Byblos. Yes, and we can take that research agreement just in case we need it later. There goes Christo. So that's going to be extra tourism for us eventually. And we're into the atomic era, so that gives us another spy. We probably want to go drop this thing in... I mean, the Netherlands just in case, right? To make sure that their culture is not a problem. So that's Amsterdam. Nope, not a spy. Where's Amsterdam? Move to hideout. Yes. And then Amsterdam diplomat. Apparently we got uranium. Right there. Wow. Okay. Well, let's have some of that. New spy. Open borders ended with Maria and friendship ended with Portugal. Sao Paulo grew. We need to stop Sao Paulo from growing. I guess we can tick this button, although it doesn't really matter. And take a seaport because that's production. We can get our open borders back with Portugal. We need to make sure that Portugal's not the problem. And our friendship ended. So we can see if we can get that back too. We need to... No, apparently not. Oh well. Not the worst thing ever. We finished Crystal. We might as well build Manhattan, right? We don't need any of this other stuff. 4 turns. We should actually work research to get us to the internet faster. World religion, Protestantism. We want to vote plus for that because that's going to get us the world religion more everywhere. At least Greece is going to be happy with us for a change. I mean, if we don't need the hospital, why not just work research? Get maximum value for our bulbs, perhaps. I mean, we're only bulbing like... We'll wait a couple of turns longer to bulb now. Especially because we only have 2 scientists. And we're still a few techs away from the internet. 1, 2, 3, 4 techs away. Open borders, yes please. Kiev's in awe of us. Nice. We've got allies with them anyway. That's even more culture that we can expend. Protestantism passed. Dice failed. We border expanded some more oil, but we really don't care about that. Election rigged. Make a proposal. So what have we got? We could try world ideology freedom, but that would annoy our ally of Portugal, right? So Portugal is order, so we can't go world ideology freedom. We've already got what we wanted, which is the world religion. No happiness from porcelain. Culture from world wonders +3 in there. That's good for us. Arts funding is also good for us. Culture from great people. Landmarks. I don't know if there's anything else that we want. Maybe the international games? Do we have any chance of winning it? Actually, kind of. International games, then. We might actually win that, and that could give us that tourism bonus that we need. Salvador's actually stopping starving now. We'll wait till the scientist spawns and then burn them all in one. He wants to buy a luxury. I mean, we're going to have loads of spares, so why not just sell it to him? We can actually trade for these spices now with Maria. Apparently we were barely trading. We'll get another citrus online in a couple of turns. We're sorry, this has caused a divide between us. I wonder if Brazil wants to war us. Or Brazil. Greece wants to war us. If he does, we need to bring these Pushinas over. They can get us some golden age points. Maybe we build a nuke eventually to ward him off. But let's bring all of these infantry over, or Pushinas, or however we're supposed to pronounce them. And they can block for us. We might as well go for the oil since it's there, but not really worth worrying about. Where is that uranium? Oh, we are getting the uranium online, that's fine. Catherine is plotting against Denmark. We'll share the intrigue. And then we need to assign delegates to the host, who is going to be, well, I mean, not us, but we'll vote for us. Brazil. World's Fair has also been proposed. We never got World's Fair in. Wow. I guess that's why our social policies are a little bit behind than I would have previously expected, because we usually have World's Fair. These Greek units look like they want to come and war us, don't they? Not a problem. He's at war with the Netherlands. He should be attacking the Netherlands. We should maybe pay for him to war Russia. We can. That would be ideal. Break whatever non-alliance there is between them. We've got this online so we can come home. Try and squeeze through Quebec City. Apparently there's no way through there. Okay. Probably give up with these archaeologists at some point. Penicillin. And then we can go for Sydney Opera House and the National Visitor Centre. And then the internet with our bulbs. And even the rationalism finisher will be available to us at some point. Still, actually the rationalism finisher is available to us in 3 turns. We don't desperately need the... Actually, we kind of do need the aesthetics finisher, right? Yeah, doubles the theming bonus. So we do kind of need it. There's a great scientist. We're probably not far away from aesthetics finisher, though. Do we want to use rationalism finisher for internet? Let's see how far away we are. 1. We're up to 876 science somehow. Oh, because we're working science, of course. 2. And then 3. And that gets us telecoms. And then how far to the internet? There's a bit of overflow, like 1,000. And we've got 800. So we might be okay. There's Sydney. That's 7 turns. That gives us a social policy. I mean, it's just going to be better to use the rationalism finisher for the internet. So let's finish telecoms. And then we can... No, we might as well just go for the internet. We'll use rationalism finisher another day. Like this, and stand around Sao Paulo. Make sure he can't do anything funny. And then this cargo ship was going to Byblos. We don't want that anymore. We want to turn that into a caravan for Russia, right? Or can we not reach Russia? I wonder. We probably can't reach Russia with anything, right? Probably just deleted that for no reason. Yeah, we cannot actually reach a Russian city. Which means that we need a different plan for this. We need to be sending this to the Netherlands, but we've already got one. Russia, we don't have one, but I wish. Portugal, we're going to overcome. Greece, we're going to overcome. So we just deleted that for no reason. Which means we should build some more cargo ships. Whoops. We'll just grab one more here, and we can make sure to send production to all of our cities. We forgot to go for Sydney. Let's queue that up next turn with our final engineer. Into the info era. 6 turns internet. Yeah, we might as well just wait the 6 turns. This needs to be production to somewhere. Where are we sending to and from? So we got 2 to Rio already, 1 to Sao Paulo and 1 to Salvador. So the Sao Paulo one needs to go from Salvador. And we need to send 1 to Salvador. And that needs to go from the capital of Rio. So there we have it. Maximum production achieved. And another spy. So where can this go? So we've now got our spy bonus in multiple different places. One here. Right, because we've got the diplomat bonus here. I guess so. We now have the diplomat bonus here. Yeah, propaganda. Oh, propaganda from a diplomat. Maybe that's because we've got differing ideologies and we can't get the propaganda with the Netherlands. And then we've got propaganda here, so we just need to now propaganda in Portugal. So we can just pop this in Portugal's capital, the new one, wherever it went. And diplomat. Make sure Portugal's not the problem. And we can now put Sydney Opera House in. Get this in, engineer it. That's a free social policy, but also somewhere to put our musicians. And then National Visitor Centre afterwards. And keep working science. We really could finish rationalism for the internet, but it's fine. We'll take the artist. We want to finish aesthetics before we do anything else. Start stacking those bonuses. So social policy, aesthetics finisher, done. Free artist. And social policy, sovereignty, done. And it's now 6 turns before we get rationalism finisher. We might as well just use it for the internet. Otherwise, we're going to be using it on some really bad technologies. So you know what? Let's not do it. We've wasted a turn into the internet, but it's fine. 6 turns to the rationalism finisher. We can handle that, and we can bulb this artist. So now we've got another 39 turns worth of golden age. This cargo needs to go to Sao Paulo. So we're now at maximum production there. Get some roads up on some of these hills. Visitor centre's done, and then back to working research. We could choose to do the Manhattan project. Up to 184 tourism. I wonder if there's any way we can get this down. No, we need 127. Chemistry and fertilizer done with the research agreements. Nice. Oh man, if I'd known that was coming, we really should have been doing the internet. That's 3 turns. Why not? It's 3 turns now. I guess we just stomach whatever rationalism finisher gives us in 5. And we can get another research agreement with Portugal. Oh, we don't have a declaration of friendship now. Okay, well we got what we needed. That's really pushed us along. And what can we do? So we're not at maximum tourism yet, but we're going to be, right? In 3 turns we will be at pretty much maximum. And then we need to generate a musician then in 3 turns time. We don't need any food. So we can start taking food off, anything that's pure food. And then gold is more valuable, so we should take off, I mean, Let's go on science. We can lose like a couple of productions as well. Go musician, musician. And we can't afford to do any of this other stuff. We can't, so we can go back onto this food. We're actually going to grow again, believe it or not. We've got uranium. Internet in 3. If it doesn't change the internet timing, let's build Manhattan. Yep, let's go for it. Very well. And then our musician comes in 3 turns. We should probably delay it 1, just to be safe that it does give us maximal tourism. It's not a lot, though. We need to fill the Sydney Opera House. We forgot to do that for the theming bonus. So Sydney is music from different eras, but same civilization. Oh, we've got 3 Brazilian moderns. That doesn't work. I didn't realise it was same civilization, but different eras. Have we got any... And we can't trade music either. Kind of crazy. At least it makes sure that we get more tourism in the capital, though, as that's where we're getting most of our bonuses. I guess we're going to have to make do with what that is. I didn't realise that, because we could have easily done the bonus. We just didn't. Up to 296. The internet's going to hopefully double that, and then an airport will also give us more. So maybe we've been a bit premature, actually, with the musician. We're going to spawn it now, because we've done too many turns into it. Like, if we take 2 out, how long is that? That gives us a couple more turns delay. So I guess we might as well delay it. But I totally forgot that we hadn't actually completed quite everything yet. Airports are still a thing that we need to get to. So we'll click radar. But at least we're going to get the internet. And then we'll complete a couple of techs, I guess. Where's the next scientist coming from? 7 turns here over the engineer. So we're in, and so we got a turn to get through military science. Hopefully we can finish dynamite, and then that'll at least allow us to take railroad. Keep sending production everywhere. Deal ended. How's our tourism looking? We're rising everywhere now. 14, 80, 24, 39, 20. So Greece and Russia. So we've got open borders with Russia for how long? 1 turn. Damn, I wonder if there's any way we can get that back. Once that denunciation finishes, maybe we can. We're up to 423. We need the airport. Kuinkokia failed, okay. Now finish Manhattan, so we can threaten with some nukes, if we want. I guess we're not building any, but we could if we really wanted to. Where's the nukes? Oh, we don't have the tech for the nukes yet, do we? We do not. We need nuclear fission for atomic bombs. Well, Manhattan is ready. And we don't have enough science to finish dynamite. Is there anything we can research instead? I mean, not really. Like, the thing we want to do is get to radar faster. Take globalization. Oh well, it will save us a turn, I guess. That's just going to have to be... We're just going to have to deal with that. Any good buildings to be built? Bomb shelters, caravanseries, medical lab, no. Recycling centre, no. CN towers, like 3... Got 3 culture on it. Maybe we need to build CN tower to try and stack as much world wonder culture as we can. 423 is not a lot in terms of tourism. We need to try and build the Great Firewall at some point. Very well. Or is it the Pentagon? No, it is the Great Firewall. We probably don't ever need that. There goes Apollo. Musician spawned. How much is that? 2,834. I mean, that's several turns. So we'll try and send it over to Russia and hope we get into their borders. What's the fastest way here? Probably just go here for a start. Oh, yeah, look. Khabarovsk is where we can go and wait with that musician. And we've got another social policy. Can that be the rationalism finisher, or do we save it? It only gives us a turn, which means that we could save it if we wanted to. More culture from Great Works, maybe. Nothing else for tourism, right? Because the Louvre went. It's not going to be very many turns before we get another social policy. It's going to be like 2008. It's going to be like 7 or 8 turns. Will that make a difference? That's actually 7 turns. So yes, I guess so. So we can instead delay rationalism by a turn, unless we need it for this. 13 turns. No, so we've got a good delay. Yeah, we should delay rationalism finisher for a bit and just take the extra culture or something. Yeah, 6 turns, but that writer, we can use the writer to define when we actually finish rationalism. I guess we're going to have to live and die by what the airport gives us. How are we doing in terms of rising? 333 turns in Russia. Greece will get, as long as we keep having the bonuses. Still don't have open borders. We need to get open borders back with Russia. That would be ideal. And all of our trade routes with William are apparently ending because we didn't establish them. But we're going to get William in 14 turns anyway, regardless of these trade routes. It's Russia that's the problem. Diplomat left. Where did it leave? Oh, it left Amsterdam. William might just die. Okay. In that case, we should probably put this into where? Kiev? Yeah, Kiev. Just to make sure that we can slow down as much AI culture as we can by taking Kiev for ourselves. So 5 turns, where does that get us? 1 turn away from radar. We need to try and find a turn somewhere. Can we do that? 141, maybe. Do we do this? So that's railroad 2, ballistics 4. That's 6 turns. We've only got 4 turns here. So I guess not. We could take ballistics with our Oxford in 2 turns. So that's probably better. And then we can tech radar after that. I don't want the CN tower though. How long until our scientist? Also 2 turns. Nice. I mean, we should ensure that we don't generate an engineer by accident. I'm pretty sure the scientist gets priority. But let's make sure we don't accidentally generate an engineer. Still 1 turn, is it? We need to take all of these off. Yeah, okay, and now we can get the scientist. We should not even be chancing our arm with the merchant either. Let's do this and review the situation. And I guess we can purchase an airport because we've got a lot of gold. There goes a booster. He wants to buy our citrus. You can buy it for 200 gold. You're dead soon anyway. Greece likes us now, huh? What's that all about? He almost certainly wants to war us. We should probably get ready to defend Greece at some point. Let's have open borders though while he's chill for it. Railroad done. We finished ballistics in 1 turn. Probably safer to not, right? I'm pretty sure we could. But I'm sure it's safer to not. Let's just finish rationalism. Take ballistics. We don't want to get totally mugged on anything. And then we can put our bulb into radar. Done. Cool. So that's made sure that we've got there. So that'll be everything that we need now for the tourism victory, right? We just need to now build, or find a way to get some army. And if we want nukes, we should do nuclear fission for bombs. Yeah, Alexander's plotting against us. We don't mind that. We don't really want another scientist either, so we can just go full everything now. And we can also purchase this airport for 840. That's now up to 503 culture per turn. It's not great. Vote for international games. We can try and get that extra culture. That would be cool. Musicians Guild also needs working now. Takes up to 14 turns for a musician, which is fine. We can even give up that science now, probably, can't we, to work I mean, we can certainly give up this to work a stock exchange slot. Both of them. I mean, merchant in 6, but engineer in 5. And if we're worried about war, I mean, we should overflow with the walls into the, what's that, 50. Build a really cheap building to go into the international games. And if Greece fancies some war, perhaps we just purchase some units to try and help deal with him. Mobile SAMs would probably be enough to shut anything Greece sends down. Or a nuke. Buy a nuke in 4 turns as well. Yep, international games passed, and so did the World's Fair. So World's Fair is just social policy, whereas international games is tourism. And we want to win international games, so why don't we go for that now? So all on international games. We're relatively close behind Greece, so we might be able to manage it. Can we ever get your open borders? No. How's the tourism looking again? Netherlands in 8 turns, 138 for Russia, 15, 16, 10. So this is the key one, Russia. Open borders, trade route, shared religion. Any chance we can get that trade route now? I bet we can get the trade route, you know, because Russia's just settled that city for us. Yes. So there's a boat from Rio to Khabarovsk. And we can just purchase that because we want to put all the production into the fair. Or not into the fair, into the international games. See who's putting production in. We just don't want Greece to be putting it in. As long as Greece is going for World's Fair, then we're all good. Turn with Maria ended. Alexander's building up for a sneak attack. You can send this to Khabarovsk. And that's that. So now our modifier is looking a lot healthier. 54 turns now in Russia. Open borders and shared religion. I wonder if Russia will ever get this world religion. No, they've got Holy City, so no. Apparently Greece is building up for a sneak attack. I don't like the sound of that at all. We've got one faith purchase musician available to us. And then another hard generated musician in 14 turns. And that's what we're going to have to use to get through Russia. I don't know when this denunciation finishes. But when it does eventually finish, we would love to get it. International games now 58% complete. Hopefully we get to put some production to that. Have we got stuff queued up behind? Yeah, it's just research. But we should actually queue bombers up behind. Now that we're done with research. We probably just want to make sure that we are actually defended against Greece. Hopefully we get this. 959 doesn't feel like enough. Especially not if Greece is going for it. Maybe it's not. International games, brilliant. So we've got even more tourism now. And social policy, apparently. What can we use for that? What can we get with that? Yields, military production, sure. Oh, we've got another one. Oh. But what can we do with this? Take commerce for more gold? And the World's Fair is now ongoing. We can try and sneak something with the World's Fair. Maybe. Let's go World's Fair, World's Fair, World's Fair. And how long does that put us on Russia now? So we're now 32 turns on Russia. It's not enough. Are they ever going to change ideology? They kind of are dissidents. And as we grow over them, they might switch. Now we need to go for ballistics for more nukes. We can maybe purchase one atomic bomb to try and ward Greece away. It'd be nice to get Big Ben, though. Before we buy the atomic bomb. Oh no, if Greece looks like he wants to declare war, we might build an atomic bomb. We might even be able to threaten Russia with an atomic bomb. But why don't we pay Greece to war Russia now? They're like right next to each other. Okay, so artist, good. And even longer golden age, we still got 33 turns left. And then Neuschwanstein is actually culture. So we should take Neuschwanstein with this engineer. I don't know how we've done in World's Fair. Yeah, we put as much as we can into it. We can just go bombers. And we can try and pay for a war between Greece and Russia. Yeah, he'll do it very cheaply. Let's pay him like 9 gold per turn. Good. So there's a war between them now. So maybe that'll make Russia unhappy enough to want to switch ideology or something. Russia is struggling with happiness right now. I don't know how long this denunciation lasts. 23 turns. Sounds like a lot. Neuschwanstein though. Cool. That's even more. Culture boost for Alexander's not great. But I think we're going to overcome Alexander anyway, right? Yeah, Alexander's 11 turns. Russia's still the problem in 27. Got another social policy. We can go for mercantilism. I guess. Merchant in 3. That's okay. That's just gold. 3-turn Big Ben, though, is hard to pass up. Just keep building wonders for all of that wonder tourism. There goes the Pentagon. That is not the troubling wonder, right? We should actually be pushing for the Great Firewall. There's no sense in going anything else. What needs to happen if we need to kill Russia? 12 cities. Ouch. And we are influential over someone. Who's that going to be? It's the Netherlands that we're influential over. 26, 4, 10, 1. So Greece is 10, which is a little bit far out. If we can get open borders from someone, though, we can like bulb musicians into them to speed it up. You just don't get so many turns of tourism. We need to vote world leader us again. And then this cargo ship was going to Rio, so let's keep it going to Rio. And then a bomber to ward Greece off. Man, this denunciation lasts a long, long time. I wonder if we denounce Greece and that'll make Russia like us or something. Yep, cool. We've got the Netherlands on side. No world leader chosen. Good. And we've got another proposal to go through. We can maybe push world ideology now. Got a lot of votes. It would hurt. Greece would hate us. Greece would really hate us if we did that. Is it worth it? And how's our army score stand up? Kind of. I mean, Portugal's only got one person to war, and that's us or Greece. She won't war Greece. But Greece would war Portugal again for really on the cheap. Is it like 7 gold per turn? 8? 9? 9 gold per turn. That's a war there as well. If we were to put world ideology freedom in, who hates us and who likes us? So the Netherlands would be happy. We would be happy, and then no one else would be happy apparently. But it would really annoy everyone else quite a lot if we were to do that. It might be the last thing we need to get through though. 25 turns might be important. We really don't want war with Russia though. War with Russia means that we would really, really struggle to use musicians on them. So instead, maybe let's make everyone happy and go for... Oh no, something random. Repeal ban porcelain. Another cargo for production. And this caravan was going to Greece. It needs to go back to Greece. This cargo goes back to Sao Paulo. Let's check the modifiers again. Yeah, we got loads here now. Yeah, it's just the Russia that's the problem. 25 turns. Yeah, cool. We've got Denmark on side. And now Big Ben. And a merchant has been born. Let's just go shore up a city-state ally for gold. Research agreement with William completes. Which means we're progressing slowly towards the Great Firewall. Which is something that we absolutely have to get. 5 turns for this musician. Yeah. This denunciation's annoying. Can we put it all in Greece to get over Russia? 23 turns. So when you use the concept tour ability, 20% of this tourism goes to the other civs. So right now 2,800 is like 3 turns worth. So 20% is barely anything on Russia. Okay, we'll denounce Denmark back. Keep open borders with Maria. Man. No, we don't want friends with the Netherlands. Greece still likes us, but they haven't declared war. We've got mercantilism now. Really cheap gold purchasing. Maria's plotting against Catherine. Share that intrigue. And then our open borders with William ended. Let's get that back. We need to make sure to keep open borders with everyone we can. That's just going to allow us to ensure that we don't fall back behind. Because you can actually fight back against the ideology stuff by gaining more culture. So right now, of course, we need to have had more tourism over someone than they've got culture. Really, we're falling with Greece. What? Is that the World's Fair? Oh my god, really? Falling with Greece now because of the World's Fair. How much are they generating? We've got 16 cities. Rio and Salvador grew. Oh, we don't really want that. Maybe we need to hand a bit of a beating to Greece. See what on earth we could do. We also need Russia, though. We're at 750 now. 22 turns is a long time. Turn 218, which isn't bad. But Greece? But 32,000 and climbing. How do we reduce that from Greece? I mean, it's certainly the World's Fair win. What's Greece got? Has Greece got a cultural ally anywhere? We don't see any. The 2 cultural city-states on the map are ours. Just a lot of culture being generated from their land. We need to purchase some nukes though now. I mean, we could nuke Greece and take out a lot of their stuff, and that would really slow them down. That might need to be the play. I mean, what can we do? We could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tiles to Athens. So we could nuke Greece several times across all of their cities if we needed it. We'll have to think about it. Anyway, we're going to have to end this episode here. The next episode, we'll come back and we'll finish off this tourism attempt as Brazil. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If that greatly helps the channel. If you want to hear about when we release any new videos, then hit the subscribe button too. And if you've got any thoughts about this game, please add them in the comment section below. Comments are always appreciated. I always try and get back to them. So thank you very much for watching and see you next time.